Hey everybody, Dr. G here. I'm a licensed clinical psychologist, and today we're going to be talking about 15 signs your husband might be a narcissist. Before we get started, I want to let you know I got a lot of content coming forth, and if you want to see more, like and subscribe. Today we're talking about 15 ways you can tell whether or not your husband is a narcissist. As a licensed clinical psychologist and a personality disorder expert, it's very important to me to help people understand personality disorders. Narcissistic personality disorder being one that I deal with every single day because I work with a lot of couples. And if there's one place that NPD is going to express itself, it's how they treat their romantic partner. And I see this all the time. So this is going to be years and years and decades of research and experience compacted down into a video. I know this video is going to be kind of long, but if you can sit through it, I got a lot to explain to you about narcissistic personality and ways that it shows itself in relationships. What is narcissism? At its core, narcissists are excessively grandiose people that do not see others as equal to themselves. That is the core of narcissism, or at least narcissistic personality disorder. People can have narcissism or have traits of it and not actually have the disorder. We're going to get more into that in a minute. But I want to distinguish. Narcissism is more somebody who's acting grandiose. Narcissistic personality disorder is someone who is chronically grandiose. So what's the difference between someone who's selfish versus someone who's narcissistic? So I think of selfishness as being a state. In other words, it's a state that you can be in. You can act selfish towards somebody else. Whereas narcissism is a trait. It's an enduring pattern. It's something that we see repeat itself. Now, narcissists can be selfish, but you can also be selfish without necessarily being a narcissist, if you get what I'm saying. So if you see somebody who's acting selfish without all the other things we're getting ready to talk about, try to see that for what it is. It's a state. It's an experience. It's what somebody is doing, not an enduring, lifelong pattern, part of their character. That is more indicative of narcissism. So why do people become narcissistic? Here's the million-dollar question, and one that I have an answer for that some people disagree with, although I'm right about this. The reality is that narcissism is genetic. Now, I know a lot of people don't like that. They'll say, well, look at their childhood experiences, look at the way their family is, and so on and so forth. And that all is well and good, and those things play a part, but truly, all personality disorders have a genetic basis. And we can see it. There's neuroimaging that proves it. There's a lot of really good research that also demonstrates that narcissistic personality, along with other personality disorders, are largely genetic. So does that mean that someone who's raised in a household with people that are narcissists won't also be narcissistic themselves? Well, they may be narcissistic, but they're not going to have narcissistic personality disorder, or they'd be very, very unlikely to. What does narcissism in a marriage look like? This is something that I see sadly every single day. And narcissism in a marriage is oftentimes where one person needs to be in total control. They need to control the other person's feelings, thoughts, and emotions. They want it all. They want that person wrapped around their finger. And that doesn't mean that they're happy and in love with them. That just means that they want control of all those things. They are more than happy to be in control of people who are miserable, to make you unhappy, to make you feel angry or sad, or more likely, to make you feel self-conscious, because man, do they love that. Narcissists love to make themselves feel great and to make you feel as small as possible. And this oftentimes is what we see in marriages with narcissism, is that the partner of the narcissist feels like they can never have a calm moment. Every time they start feeling calm, they start feeling good, the narcissist comes and twists the knife. They poke, they prod, they find ways to agitate and then have plausible deniability. Go, hey, look, it's not me. I'm not trying to do anything. Oh, it must be you. And this is what a narcissistic marriage looks like. It can be very hard to identify. These folks gaslight constantly. They make you feel crazy. They make you feel like your reality isn't real. They make you question, wait, hold on, maybe I am the problem. And I hear that sometimes too. I'll have the partner of a spouse of a narcissist come in and go like, am I really the problem here? Maybe I'm just crazy. Because that's what they're hearing at home all the time, which is you're dysfunctional, you're a problem. And this takes its toll. How does a narcissistic partner negatively impact a relationship? Well, they make the relationship all about themselves, and they make sure that you don't feel good. For example, let's say that you're having a quiet evening and that you're just trying to enjoy yourself, you're trying to read a book, watch a TV show, do something that you enjoy. They'll find a way to start an argument, find a way to make you feel bad, make you feel guilty. They're not going to allow you to feel settled. They're not going to let you just enjoy yourself, because the idea of you enjoying yourself is out of their control, and it enrages them. They hate it. They want to know that you are miserable. I know this sounds harsh, and it may be hard to hear, but this is the reality of people who live with narcissists. It is unpleasant to live with a narcissist. It's an extremely difficult way to live your life, and it's an extremely difficult marriage to have, which is why today we're talking about the 15 signs that your husband may be a narcissist. I'm going to be talking about 15 signs your husband may be a narcissist, but do not diagnose based on this video. Don't go around telling people or telling yourself or telling your husband you're a narcissist because I saw this video and you meet that, which means that you are a narcissist. If you're concerned that your husband is a narcissist, seek help. Find a counselor, a psychologist, somebody that has expertise in this area, and pursue some sort of diagnosis or some kind of treatment, because that will give you some confirmation. But do not give an actual diagnosis or tell somebody that somebody has a diagnosis if they don't yet. I just want to provide that caution to you. Okay, let's get started. Narcissists are superficially charming. He may have been extremely likable when you first met. Narcissists are oftentimes charismatic because they believe themselves to be very special, and they want to connect with other special people. So narcissists oftentimes love bomb people. They make people feel great early on. They really are very charismatic. But obviously things do change over the course of the relationship. 2 is that his favorite subject to talk about is himself. Now we see this a lot, which is because their empathy is bad and some people have no empathy, they truly do not understand the idea of a reciprocal relationship, one where there is an exchange, where there's focus on you and focus on yourself. People are allowed to focus on themselves and talk about themselves, that's fine. But at the same time, when that is really all that matters to them, their well-being and how they feel, that's very common with narcissists. If he talks about the important people he knows and likes to name drop, that's another way that narcissists like to feel special. That is a chronic need for them, is they have to feel special. They have to feel grandiose. They want everybody to know how important they are. And if I'm important, look at these important people that I know. These are other special people I've connected with. And that's very common for narcissists. Another one is spending a lot of time on his appearance. Now, narcissists have to feel special. I hope that we all like to feel good and that we all like to look good, but it takes it to a different level when you're dealing with a narcissist. This is someone who is so focused on their appearance and that they want others to feel jealous of them, because that's part of the narcissism, is they believe that others are jealous of them. So they want to look extra good and they want people to feel jealous. They don't want to look good because they want their wife to feel proud of them. They want to look good because they want other people to feel jealous of them, which can oftentimes be a trait of those with narcissism. Another is that he loves to show off on social media. This one's a little more complex. Obviously, a lot of us like social media. Social media can be very intoxicating and very addicting, but narcissists show off in a different way, right? If you and your partner are taking pictures together, how he looks in the pictures is going to be what matters. That he's going to be showing off what he's got. He's going to be showing off things in a way that feels different than just wanting to connect with people. He's using it as a tool to, once again, try to make people feel jealous or try to make people envy him, rather than using it as a tool to connect with others, which is a healthier way to use social media. His needs being more important than yours. This one is very common. Whether it's financial, sexual, or other kinds of needs, whether or not his needs are met is truly what he focuses on. He struggles genuinely to really care about the needs of other people. Does that mean that he never meets anybody's needs? No. But that does mean that his needs ultimately trump everybody else's. Someone who takes and doesn't give in return. Once again, it's really a matter of self-focus, because they are so bad with empathy, they don't understand what it feels like. They really cannot understand what it feels like to want to have a true, equal, reciprocal relationship. So these folks often take and take and take, and they don't feel the need to give, because why would they? They're more important than everybody anyway, or at least that's what they tell themselves. Taking everything personally. People with narcissistic personalities externalize everything. So any problems in their life are never caused by them. It's caused by everybody else in their life. It's caused by anything else anybody else does. For example, if they stub their toe, It's not because they were being clumsy. It's because you left something in the way. It's because you were in their way, because you didn't warn them. Somehow it's not their problem. It's your problem or somebody else's problem. And so because of this, the narcissist takes everything personally. Another one that we talk about is love bombing, which is they may mistreat you at times and then come back and then love bomb you and make sure that you feel like you're extra special, but it doesn't last. And then they go back to being, whether it's abusive or mean-spirited or neglectful or any of these other things, but the love bombing doesn't last. He isolates you. Unfortunately, this is another one that we see, which is that if someone wants full emotional, mental, physical control of somebody, they're going to isolate you. They're going to keep you away from people that can help you feel stronger, people that can help you feel more powerful. The next one is that he treats you like a child. So narcissists oftentimes want people to feel incapable. So they talk down to them like they're children. They talk down to them as though they are not capable of doing anything. And after a while, sometimes it can make people believe it. If you're told often enough that you're not good or that you're not good at something, sometimes you start to believe that it's true. And we see this over and over again, is that the narcissist treats people like they're children or treats someone like they're below them. Because you think of a child-adult relationship, that's not an equal relationship. And if the narcissist is going to be in control, he has to be able to talk down to you. And we see this so often. Another is that he seems impossible to please. And part of that reason is that he is impossible to please. He's not capable of feeling satisfied by anything. You know, one of the things that narcissists deal with, it's almost like they have a hole in themselves and they try to fill it with all of these emotions and all of the ways they treat people and all of this negative stuff, and nothing makes them feel fulfilled. So in a very real way, narcissists are impossible to please because you can't satisfy them. He calls you names or puts you down. This is another one. Another way to make somebody feel small is to talk down to them like they're less than, like they deserve to be talked to in this way. And we see this over and over again. And sometimes it can be in more subtle ways. Sometimes it can be ways that make you feel like you're less than. It doesn't always have to be calling you a name, although they do that. It can also be sort of implying that you're dumber or making these sort of sideways comments that make you feel stupid or make you feel like you're less than in some way. He never seems happy with his current life. Probably because he isn't. And it's not your fault. It's not anybody's fault. This is part of the way they're wired. They are incapable of feeling satisfied. Imagine living a life where you have no capacity for empathy, where other people feeling good doesn't do anything for you. You don't feel good when the people you care about feels good. Like, how strange would that be? That you give somebody a gift because you're excited to see how they feel about it. It feels good to do things for other people. Imagine doing that and having no capacity to gain anything from it. That would be a really miserable way to feel. And they're going to take that out on you and everyone else around them. Another is being highly reactive to criticism. You criticize a narcissist, you are going to receive narcissistic rage. They are not only not going to like that, they're going to rage out on you, unfortunately. And so with this, you feel like you're walking on eggshells. You feel like you can't do anything right, because if you try to get your needs met by saying, hey, could you do this differently? They're going to say, well, you're criticizing me, and they're going to explode at you. And they make it impossible. So how to deal with a narcissistic husband? This is very challenging. One, obviously, as a psychologist, I'm going to say, go seek counseling. I think that that can help as long as the counselor knows the score. Because if they don't, it's going to make a narcissist a better manipulator, because they are chronically manipulative. So what are your options if you're married to a narcissist? Well, these are some hard truths. These are some hard realities of being with a narcissist. Is it one, I talked about treatment. It's a long, challenging road, but if you're with someone skilled and the partner is willing to actually do the work, there is a chance that you can improve their ability to have insight and their ability to treat you better. One of the challenges, though, is that if they are not able to get this treated, and not all narcissists can be treated, but many can. But if they're not able to get treated or they're unwilling to, a narcissist cannot make changes on their own to make the things in your life better. They just can't do it. That's part of what makes it a personality disorder. Things just repeat over and over again. Things feel the same. I'm going to change. We're going to make it better. Things are going to be better next time, and it never is. And so things will persistently be the same. Another option always is not being with the narcissist anymore. And that one is by far the hardest one. For people that have kids, for people that are married, for people that have been with somebody for a long time, for somebody you live with. All of these are extremely difficult decisions to make. But if you seek counseling from someone that can help you make these decisions, that can help you feel more independent and capable of making these decisions, it just may save your life. Because the reality is, and I don't want to sound dramatic, but this is very much true, is that being with a narcissist and being on the receiving end of narcissistic abuse for years and years will take its toll on your health. There are many different ways it can take its toll, but I would caution you to do what you can to seek help, because I've seen over and over again the toll it takes on people's health when they're on the receiving end of narcissistic abuse. So how can people face and overcome their own narcissism? Unfortunately, this requires intervention. You can't just tell somebody to outthink it or to outdo it. There's plenty of good books out there, and there's some out there that would do the job and could really be powerful and help people. But truly, finding someone who is an expert in treating personality disorders is the best shot you have of helping someone with a personality disorder start to get better. So in conclusion, I understand that being with a narcissist is impossibly difficult. It's something that very few people can understand unless they've experienced it. But if you seek help, or you get your partner help and you seek treatment for it, there is a chance that things can get better. And if you feel like things can't, or you can't get treatment, talk to a counselor that can help you feel more independent to where you can make your own decisions and decide what the best thing to do for yourself is in the future. So as a personality disorder expert, I'm going to be doing lots of videos on narcissism and other personality issues. If you want to see more content like this, please like and subscribe. In addition to that, if you have any comments, feel free to leave some comments below. So we can talk about narcissism. If you have any ideas about other videos, please leave those below as well. I'm going to be pumping out lots and lots of content soon. Anyway, thanks for watching.